incumbent. Please welcome Dr. Tramell.
Yes, please. Thank you. Thank you. Good afternoon. How's everyone doing today? If you're hearing a little bit of twang, I grew up in Dalton in the Appalachian foothills, so I will have an interpreter later if you need that. Well, so what does the state school superintendent do? He or she is the agency head for the Georgia Department of Education. And so they, interestingly enough, are responsible for more than 50% of the Georgia budget. More than 50% goes into our local schools, and this person is the agency head that does that. They interface with the legislature to make sure there's good policy. They interact with the state school board, again, setting policy and curriculum standards. And then, of course, they support local school systems, and they hold them accountable to the standards and best practices. And that's essentially what they do. They travel the state, they celebrate successes, they hold people accountable, they help them, they employ some 300 employees that are supposed to be resources to the local school systems, whether it be in finance or in curriculum or instruction. So that's what the state school superintendent does. So why am I running? And I work with young people, so I like interaction. So I'm going to say a phrase occasionally throughout my talk. And the secret phrase is status quo. And then your response, so it's call and response, so status quo, and your response is gotta go. Let's try it. Status quo, gotta go. Boy, y'all are the best crowd I've had today. So we rank right now number 38 in the nation for education. Are you okay with that? I'm not either, and that's why I say status quo has got to go. Did you know that Mississippi ranked 49th in the nation, and now they're in the top 10? Those folks have only had electricity for about a month. I'm just kidding. But we've got to make sure that we see what they're doing. And what are they doing? They're teaching their kids how to read. Something as simple as teaching our kids how to read. And of course there's some other parts to it. They've gone back to teaching phonics. If you remember phonics, Hooked on Phonics worked for me. They have coaches in every elementary school, and it wasn't just a one person's committed to this, it was the entire state, from the legislature to the school boards to the state school superintendent. And folks, we're going to get there, and we are going to make sure that Georgia kids can read, because if you cannot read, you cannot succeed. So we're going to make sure that we do that. We're going to follow the Mississippi Miracle, and we're going to have the Georgia Revival, because I'm not happy being number 38 in the nation. We're going to be in the top 10, doggone it. Right now in the state of Georgia, 70% of our third and fourth graders cannot read on grade level. 70%. Now, what is particularly challenging about that is that number, that third grade reading level, translates directly to the number of prison beds we need in the future. So I ask you today, my friends, what kind of future do you want for Georgia? Do you want one where our students are successful and graduating and having families and building wonderful communities, or do we want to have prisons here, there, and everywhere? And I think I know the answer that you want. So why do I say status quo's got to go? Status quo? Because Georgia can do better, and we will. And I've got a minute left, so I got to give you real quick. So, number one, back to basics. Reading, writing, arithmetic, and civics. Our kids, we're going back to basics. Number two, we're going to make sure that our schools have discipline under control. It's the wild, wild west out there now. We're going to make sure that's taken care of. My theory on that is teachers are there to teach, students are there to learn, and anything that gets in the way of that is wrong and will not be tolerated. Number three, we're going to make sure that we support our teachers. They're there there to teach, and we're going to get everything else out of the way. So why am I running? I'm running because the incumbent's been there for 12 years, and I am not hopeful that this year's going to be any different, that there's going to be a unicorn that runs through and everything's going to be magical. I'm running because status quo has got to go. So here's the thing. My cell phone number, if you have phone questions, call me, 678-383-7618. I've got a booth over there. I've got to get back to Atlanta for a debate tonight, but I'm leaving. I'm going to finish it up, sister. I'm going to leave packets of postcards. If any of you would like to write postcards, please take those. Everything's in there, stamps and all. One last time, remember Tramell and status quo. God bless y'all, ladies.
All right. So our next speaker is Roger Moss, and I first learned about Roger through his previous life, his musical life, and what always impressed me about Roger is that he always brought along young talent. And I've mentioned that to him before. I respect that because he would always include young talent that needed exposure and experience, whether it was a SCAD kid or whomever. And the other thing is that he has always believed in classical education. So those two things have always impressed me about Roger as far as the school board. So he currently serves as the president of the Savannah-Chatham County Public School Board, and now he's running for re-election. So, and the Chatham County GOP has endorsed him for this position. So we have a 30-second video. We're going to pray that it works, that will introduce Roger. You know, we never know what's going to happen with these things.
Literacy. It's how our students can dream big and reach their full potential. My father only had an 8th grade education, but he made sure we read every night. That's why as school board president, I have focused all of our efforts on improving reading levels. I'm proud of the progress we have made, but we have far more to accomplish. I'm Roger Moss, and I'm running for re-election because our kids can succeed. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I need a moment. Every time I see my father, I feel misty-eyed. Do you love your kids? My father loved us. And because my father loved us, he wanted more for us. And that's what we have to do in education. We have to love our kids. Because when we love our kids, we teach them to read. We equip them. When we love our kids, we discipline them. When we love our kids, we teach our kids that no is a complete sentence. When we love our kids, we don't overtax their parents' property. When we love our kids, you don't allow 18 schools to be in the bottom 25% of the state that is in the bottom, that's 39th. We love our kids. So let me tell you what the school board does. And this is the only thing a real school board should be doing. We set policy, we hire the superintendent, and we set the budget. Any school board member or president who says they do more than that, they're not doing it correctly. We do not interfere with the day-to-day running of schools. We set policy. And when you set policy, yes, we talk about what we're paying our teachers, things like that. But we do not interfere with the day-to-day running of schools. Let's get back to loving our kids. A few years ago, when we took office, our teachers were using a curriculum that didn't love our kids. They were teaching balanced literacy, which was neither balanced or literacy. When we took office and when we brought our new superintendent in, the first thing we did was throw balanced literacy in the garbage where it belonged. We had a strategic plan that was neither strategic or planned. You can't have a strategic plan for a school system and not have academic goals. That's what we had. We have a new strategic plan that will have goals. We believe in our children, and this is why we believe in our children. We have a school. We have a public charter school. Public school. 75% of the kids in that school are in free reduced lunch. They are poor. They are black. It's one of the top schools in the state. So don't tell me it's about poverty. Don't tell me it's about race. Don't tell me it's about socioeconomic. When you treat kids as children that can learn, they learn. I invite you to vote for me for re-election. Let's keep loving our kids. Thank you.
And next we have Jody Voss to introduce Vicki.
I'm back. Hi, I'm Jody Voss, and if you remember back in February, I announced that I am running for the Board of Elections. And you're all very excited for me, but I've got amazing news for you. Since that announcement, I've learned that I am running unopposed. And therefore, if I vote for myself, I win. And so I will not take the full 5 minutes because of that. But I do want to share a little bit about the uniqueness of the Board of Elections. And I believe there's a slide up there. And you can see that there are 4 seats in the Board of Election along with the chairman. And of those 4 seats, 2 are Republican and 2 are Democratic. Now, what's interesting about this is that the Republicans do not run against the Democrats. In the primary, you'll be voting for 2 Republicans. I'm assuming you're all Republicans here. Get the Republican vote. And so you'll see my name up there because I'm running unopposed. But that second seat is very important and it's dear to me because in order for me to be effective, to bring your message forward and do things right, I need a partner on the Board of Elections. And that partner is Vicki Bradley. I've come to know her. I feel we complement each other. I'm a baby here in Savannah, only been here 8 years. She's a Savannah. And so with that, I'm pulling my full support up behind Vicki, and I hope you do too. And in a few minutes, you're going to hear from her. So here is my go away to Diane. Thank you, everybody.
And Vicki is another one of the candidates that the Chatham County GOP has endorsed. So because it's so unusual that the party, the county party, would not endorse the incumbent, Brittany Brown has, as the chairperson of the Chatham County GOP, has asked me to read the following statement to explain why they are not endorsing the incumbent, but are endorsing Vicki. After careful consideration, the party has chosen not to support the incumbent due to a clear and ongoing lack of engagement and partnership over the past 3 years. This includes failure to participate in party activities, little to no support during election cycles, and most notably, involvement in litigation against the state election board, the Georgia Republican Party, and the Trump election integrity team. These actions are not only inconsistent with the party's mission, but they are directly at odds with our efforts to strengthen election integrity and support Republican priorities. It is also important to note that this is the only seat in which the local party would have the authority to appoint a replacement in the event of a vacancy, underscoring how closely this position is tied to the party and what alignment and engagement are critical. The party encourages you to vote for Vicki Bradley, our endorsed candidate. Vicki.
Thank you. Let me ask, how many of you, if you know how many ballots you can currently drop off in the ballot box, a single individual, raise your hand. All right, if you're thinking to yourself that you can drop off unlimited ballots, then you answered correctly. Under current Georgia law, there is no limit on the number of ballots an individual can deposit into a drop box. So you can walk up and you can place 20 or 30 ballots into a single drop box without any verification. Our state election board attempted to implement a common sense safeguard system that would just require an ID and proof of relationship to anyone who was dropping off an absentee ballot on behalf of another voter. But as Diane said, unfortunately, my opponent joined the Eternal Vigilance versus Georgia lawsuit that blocked these protections from taking effect. So if elected, I will promise to not leave common sense at the door. You don't need prior experience on this board to recognize that allowing unlimited ballots into a drop box creates weakness that can be exploited. So why am I running? We need, as Jody said, representatives on the Chatham County Board of Elections who will take every reasonable step to safeguard our elections rather than fight against efforts out there where people are trying to strengthen them. So a little bit about myself. I graduated from Jenkins High School. I have a bachelor's degree in education from Armstrong University, a master's degree in education from the University of South Carolina. Don't hold that against me. Oh, go Gamecocks! Sorry about that, dogs. My son is at Georgia, so. I began my career as an academic advisor at Armstrong, and then I was the state certification officer at Armstrong University. So I see Roger Moss looking. He knows what that is. So I was the person who worked with I was the liaison between the education department at Armstrong and the Professional Standards Commission, which is the state agency making sure that we were ensuring full compliance with complex and, let me say, ever-changing state regulations for teacher certification programs. So I raised 3 children here who happen to have a wonderful kindergarten teacher, Jennifer Dempsey, and I continue to work part-time. Now that I'm an empty nester, I am back in the classroom as a substitute teacher, teaching 4th grade math right now. I'm also active in our community. I'm a member of the Savannah Ambucks. Some of you may know about them with the Amtrak bikes. I know some of you have had family members who have received an Amtrak bike. And recently, we proudly had a ribbon cutting ceremony at the Ambuck Park on Sally Lou Drive, where Ambucks put in, along with the county, a playground to accommodate individuals with disability. So I am also active in our community. I've also been involved with the Chatham County Republican Party, and I was an officer on the executive board, but when I decided to run for public office, the party bylaws said I had to resign that position. So as it was mentioned, this Board of Elections is unique. It's the only elected position that allows the local Republican Party to appoint a replacement should a member have to leave midterm. So this makes a strong collaborative relationship between Republican leadership essential. So the relationship has been lacking the past 3 years, but with the Bradley Voss team, we are committed to restoring it. So I will remain responsive to both my constituents, local Republican Party, and groups such as Lady on the Right, Tybee Islands Republican Club, CARW, to make sure you know what is happening on the Board of Elections. And I will also advocate for live stream board meetings so that those who can't come to the 3:30 meetings can see the meetings and then watch them later or watch them live. I will make sure that we follow state and federal and state election laws, and we'll work with all 4 board members. So I know Jody is running unopposed, so we want to give her more than her 1 vote, so we need everybody out there to vote for her, and make sure you also pull the ballot for Vicki Bradley on May the 19th. Thank you so much.
Our next candidate is Claire Williams. She currently serves and has served for, I think, 22 years as a judge in the Recorder's Court. She is being challenged this time, and the Chatham County Republican Party has endorsed Claire. Claire is, as I said, an incumbent, and not all incumbents deserve to be reelected, but Claire is one who has earned our support. So if you would, please welcome Claire Williams.
Thank you very much. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk, and thank you for the endorsement. It is tremendous, and I appreciate it very much, especially since I run as a nonpartisan. I honor that and very much treasure it. I have served, I am your Recorder's Court judge. I have been serving Chatham County for full-time for 22 years, and prior to that, 12 years part-time for a total of 34 years. I know my job. Before I talk about myself and Recorder's Court, though, please let me tell you how great it is to be with y'all today. I've been out on the campaign trail where I walk in and don't know a soul. So to be here with y'all at home, seeing all my friends, it's just really meaningful. Especially so many of you who are helping me to get that job back, or keep it. And I appreciate you. I also want to thank Diane Ingram and all of you in the GOP who are doing the home parties. This is huge. It is incredibly important, and we have to get out the vote on May 19th, and this is a critical way to make that happen. The landing has so much political influence at the polls if they just turn out and vote. We must let our political voice be heard at that election day when those ballots are counted. We need to have 100% turnout on the landings. And this caucus is going a long way toward having that happen. The landings, you make a difference, and the landings can make a difference in Chatham County, and that voice needs to be heard. Now, a little bit about myself. I am a Georgia girl. I Grew up in South Georgia on a peanut farm. I went to school at UGA, go Dogs. I have a degree in journalism, and my law degree is from Mercer University. I moved to Savannah in 1985 and have been practicing law or been on the bench since then. I'm active in our community out on Skidaway Island. I am presently president of the congregation at Messiah Lutheran Church and serve on numerous other boards. I have 2 sons. My oldest is in the process of completing his requirements for ordination in the Presbyterian Church. My youngest, Woody, lives here in town. He was in the district attorney's office and now is in private practice. I have a 4-legged child named Molly who was rescued from a hoarder's house. A horrible, horrible situation where she was used as a breeder. They had 200 dogs. The people who had her are in jail now, so she comes to me through the judicial system as well. She's now great, healthy, and a dear friend.
And beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. Our dogs are friends. Now, what is Recorder's Court? Recorder's Court is a court of first impression for all criminal cases. We hear over 40,000 cases a year. It is important to note before you go to the ballot box, we do not hear the camera light cameras. Don't hold that one against me. That's not us. Do not blame me for that. Recorder's Court is often called the workhorse of the courthouse because of this volume. I am very proud to state here and stand, we have no judicial backlog. Did you hear that? No backlog. My opponent tries to say it's because we send them up, but we only send 2% of the 20,000 traffic tickets up, and we don't send them up. It's because people ask for the right to a jury trial, and they have that constitutional right. It's not judges sending cases. Okay, I only have 1 minute. I could go on and on and on. I will tell you, we do work constantly. We are on 24/7. We are also a court that listens and cares about our community. I am often called the mama judge because I touch and listen to those young people, trying to make sure they learn in my court before they ever have to go into a felony. We make a difference, and I want to go back and continue making that difference. Please remember to vote on May 19th. Early voting starts on April 27th, and thank you again for this opportunity to be with you.
The next 2 candidates are candidates who are running for county commissioner. This seat is a special election to replace the county commissioner seat Pat Farrell vacated in order to run for Buddy Carter's seat for the U.S. Congress. And this seat serves Wilmington Island and Skidaway Island only. This is a jungle election, so both Republicans and Democrat candidates will run against one another for this seat on May the 19th. If no candidate gets 50% plus 1 vote, there will be a runoff, like I said, and it's the top 2 candidates will then compete on June the 16th. We have 2 conservative candidates running, Brian Hussey and Joe Welch, and let's welcome the first candidate, Brian Hussey.
Thank you, and thank you to the ladies on the right for having me here today and giving me the opportunity to speak with you. But mostly, thank you for your continued efforts to champion conservative values in our community. That's so important that we have that, so thank you for what y'all do. Yes, I am Brian Hussey, and I am running for Chatham County Commission District 4. I am a 4th-generation Savannian. In fact, Lieutenant Christopher Hussey served at Fort Pulaski during the bombardment of the Union forces. He's considered to be a hero of the battle. When the flagpole was struck by a Union cannonball, the flag fell into the parade ground, and Christopher Hussey ran out on the parade ground and rescued the flag from further damage and brought it into to safety. Now, my older and wiser brother Tom tells me we can't prove direct lineage to Christopher Hussey, but I would say, why let a little fact get in the way of a good story? My wife Pam and I have been married for 42 years. We have 3 amazing children. Our son Ryan's 41, our daughter Brennan's 35, and our son Sean is 20. You do the math. I don't win in numbers, I might win in spread. Have 4 beautiful grandchildren. The only problem my grandchildren have is they're 1,000 miles away. I love my faith, my family, my country. I love my friends. I love college football. Yes, go Dogs. I love golf, Tybee Island, and this amazing community that we live in. I will tell you that professional life took me away for about 15 years. I moved back in 2002, and when I moved back into the community, I immersed myself into this community I missed so much. I became an active member of the Chamber of Commerce, becoming chairman of their Board of Ambassadors, later becoming a member of the Board of Directors. I'm a graduate of Leadership Savannah. I've worked with the United Way. I'm a TEDx Savannah speaker, a youth soccer coach for over 30 years. I've served on numerous boards, Boy Scouts of America, Employability, Small Business Assistance Corporation, United Savannah Soccer, Benedictine Alumni Association, and none I'm more proud of than the Low Country Down Syndrome Society that I helped found in 2005. And I have been a vocal advocate for inclusion and acceptance of people with different abilities in our community. You see, my son Sean has Down syndrome. Why run? Outside of my dad, I had 2 heroes when I was growing up. My grandfather is Andrew J. Ryan. He served as our county district attorney for almost 40 years. He served unopposed for 16 of those 40. Another hero of mine was Senator Tom Coleman, who served on the county commission as chairman, our state senator, later chairman of the Department of Transportation. These 2 heroes in my life left that burning desire to serve that I've had with me all of my life. I am fortunate to have been successful in professional life as well. My success was based partly on my ability to listen to all parties, make practical, common sense decisions based on that listening ability. Something I am also very strong at and will bring to my role as county commissioner is my ability to dive into the numbers. I'm not a CPA, but I am a numbers nerd. I love looking at financial statements, budgets, balance sheets, income statements. Usually the numbers will tell the story and the answers are there. What's right, what's wrong, and what simply doesn't make sense. We are not making good fiscal responsible decisions in government these days. That one example is right here on Skidaway Island, where we're getting ready to spend $4.5 million on a trail that nobody wants. Vast majority. I will tell you, that'll be the first thing I do when I get on county commission. I will either figure out a better solution or I'll try to kill it altogether. I know I don't have much time left, but I'll tell you, we need to continue to address our crime issue in our community. The homelessness issue has been a vast improvement. We need to keep giving mental health advocates the resources they need. We need to keep working on our infrastructure. We're making some improvement there. But one thing people don't know is that we have stormwater systems in place we're not maintaining. We're building new systems, but we're not maintaining the systems that are in place, and I'll see that that gets done. I will tell you, when I'm elected, I promise to listen, and I promise to serve the 4th District and all of Chatham County with integrity, respect, professionalism, and I'll do it passionately. Thank you very much.
And our next candidate running for the same position is Joe Welch.
Good afternoon, and I want to thank the ladies on the right for this wonderful event. I'm your neighbor, Joe Welch. I have served on the SIRC with a great leader at the time, Mr. Guy Randolph, who taught me a lot and also was very instrumental in building the Republican Party here in Skidaway Island. Just want to tell you that I'm not just learning how to do this job. I have been serving on the Metropolitan Planning Commission for 16 years. I've been through the chairs, I've been the chairman, I've been the treasurer, I've been the secretary. I wanted to get off of it. I was asked by the commission and the city council to stay on to keep an eye on things. There's a reason for that. Sometimes we hire the wrong people to run our departments. And that's very obvious with wasteful spending that we have. You all know our taxes are high. I could go on about me. You know who I am. I have fought for this island. I have done all I can for 16 years to represent you, my neighbor, to do what's best, what got put on this island. I fought the Green Island Road project, that they wouldn't have another assisted living home, knowing that that company bellied up in South Carolina and they became apartments. That's what would have happened. I'm the guy who unveiled that the zoning manager for the county was getting under-the-table pay. When I discovered that and asked the county attorney at an MPC meeting, full of everybody from Green Island Road, South Harbor, the landings, when I discovered what was going on and asked the county attorney to look into this, the next day that zoning manager resigned after 32 years. Let me tell you something, folks. I'm in the business of the no. I have been a manager. I am a manager of a Lincoln dealership. I have 125 people that depend on an income from my leadership. I'm proud of what we've done. I'm proud of what I do. More importantly, I'm proud of my wife, who's my campaign manager, Charlotte. She herself was the chairwoman of the library board for Live Oak Libraries. She turned that around. So you're getting a twofer. You're getting a 2-for-1 here. She is very smart. And I'm going to tell you, I got 2 beautiful stepdaughters. But the fact here is, I come here with already knowing how to do the job. I want to lower taxes. I want to find out where this wasteful spending is going. I know this game. And I'm not a politician. I'm a doer. This is what I do every day. I budget. I play the numbers game too, every day of my life. I go to bed playing the numbers game. And I look for ways to cut spending. I look for ways to make it affordable. Our taxes are ridiculous. We keep going up on the expenses to live here on top of our taxes. I'm not in favor of this path. I knew that from the get-go. I got a solution, the same solution you have on the Tybee Road. Put a bike path beside the already pavement. Save that millions of dollars. This as easily can be done. We don't need a lighted up road, shining lights in people's backyards on Green Island Road. If anything needs to be lit up, it's the bridge coming over the hilltop. It is so dark coming down. That's what needs to be lit up. But folks, it all takes money. Just like we need a traffic light at the four-way stop. I'm not in favor of a roundabout. But if we're going to waste money on a path which we do not need, I'd rather have a traffic light. It's all about saving lives. But I also want to say that I have proudly served my commission. It's been my duty to want to give back to my society, as my wife and I have and continue to do. And I also want to say that I don't stop there. I know how to do the job and do it well. I know the commission, I know the chairman, I know how to work with these folks. They know how to work with me. You know, it's a compromise. Not one man can change anything. Not one man can go with his vote. It's 4 of us against 8 of them. That's tough. But you got to know how to relate with people. That's what I do. And lastly, I just want to thank you here and let y'all know that for my neighbors here, tonight at 5 to 7 at Delaware Marina, I have a come greet and meet with light bites, refreshments. Come ask me questions. I will give you the answer. That's tonight from 5 to 7 at Delaware. Thank you very much. Vote for Joe Welch on May 19th. And as Father O'Brien said, a vote for Joe is a win for you. Thank you.